Who doesn't like flying crab balloons kissing in the air over there? Yeah, sorry about that. I was just talking about how it was, not the all-inest of all-ins. He was droning a little bit behind it. This is kind of one that transitions into you scout and you check and see as like in ZVZ, you run up with the Zerglings, and if you see a twitching pool, then you're going to want to go straight into Banelings, because you're not going to be able to catch them on link speed. So you're going to want to get Banelings before them so you can continue to your aggression. If you don't see it, then you can go into link speed. But we'll have to see exactly what he scouts as he's coming across the field right now with quite a few lings. And you want to actually ignore the hatchery. You can catch it on the way out, but really you want to get in there and get economic damage done. But it looks like instead he's going to be focusing on this hatchery. It's a really interesting choice. It's not actually the best method for this rush. So we'll have to see. You're not going to force a cancel, maybe? Okay, good. He forced a cancel. That's the position that you want to be in, is dark. He kept them there. He kept them, distracted for a really long time. And now it kind of gave the opportunity for there to actually be a chance of holding off these links. His pool was not finished, keep in mind, as he ran up. He's going to maybe lose some drones. It really depends on micro. No, his micro is impeccable. So that rush didn't deal nearly enough damage to be worth it, because he is behind by 2 drones. He has his queen out, which is good, but I don't know. I just feel like Dark is in a much better position right now. He's going to be able to retake his expansion. The speed is about to finish for BuildingS, but he doesn't have a lot of lings out on the field anymore to take advantage of that. He's actually behind on actual army count right now. So it's really going to move into, I was going to say, Dark has the opportunity to move into Banelings right now and go be aggressive. And that's what it looks like he's going to do. Building's on the high ground. His Baneling Nest is going to finish afterwards, and again, he's down on actual attacking units by just a little bit. Ooh, these links getting by though. This could be really, really deadly for Dark against Dark. He's catching a few lings randomly out in the open. His speed is done. He's got to be heading in up here. He might force the cancel on this hatchery. And now Dark is in a position to move in with his lings. His banelings are finished. I don't know. This is pretty rough for him. Alright, a big swell of lings that out on the field though. So a cancel not going to be forced. He's maybe, he almost was able to get this round, but not quite. Now lings running up. He has more lings down over here, but there is the queen, so he has to be pretty careful while fighting over here. Defensive banelings being morphed at the top of the hill. He's going to sprint out and start morphing his own banelings, maybe. Alright, I have to be really careful in these situations. And it's about to just be a giant baneling microfest. But he does have more gas, so he's going to have more banelings. So he should come out ahead. I'm not exactly sure, though. It really becomes about micro at this point, so whichever player plays it a little bit better. You want to split up your banelings 2 by 2. Probably want to stagger them a little bit more than that. Nice, very nice. Gets a baneling for a ling. Okay, these are not being controlled that hotly right now. He's thrown off 2 of them for nothing. Queen trying to get some damage. Lots of banelings actually sneaking up the ramp, and this is going to be so deadly for this mineral lineup here. You can't sit here this passively. BuildingS has to be trying to exchange well on this. Big drone spreads, but these banelings can just hang out up here. They don't have to do anything. They're forcing no mining time. So now he's going to run down and try and engage onto the main army. Meanwhile, what are those banelings doing? Okay, there's one baneling left over here. It's trying to scooch back. The link force is bigger for Dark, so if he turned around and surrounded right now. Oh, what's he doing? He needs to get down. He needs to go. He needs to go right now on that before the banelings get here. Nope, he's going to lose his expansion. Alright, things now went back into BuildingS' favor. But he does not really have... Alright, he's starting to catch up a little bit on drones, but he's definitely down quite a few drones there. But he's up a base, so... his patience is really paying off. He's about to supply cap... Dark's already supply capped. He's about to be supply capped even more. BuildingS about to be supply capped, though, too. I don't know, it's a pretty difficult situation for both players. But I feel like BuildingS is ahead just because he has his expansion. I mean, you look at the number of units on the field, he's a little bit behind, but I don't know. Let's see. The next attack looks like it's going to be coming in for Dark here in just a second. Queen running slowly back up to the top. I'm surprised he didn't drop a group tumor down there. Decent sized engagement right here. All the banelings are defensively placed though, and there's only one queen down here though, so if these banelings can sneak over to these other banelings, ooh, okay, not quite getting a lot of damage done. He keeps running the banelings by, which is great, but oh, that right there was a massive connection for Dark. That just swung this game massively into his favor, and now if these drones don't get spread out very well, yeah, Dark, that one connection right there at the front, a little bit of miscontrol, and now it is entirely in Dark's favor. This is his game to lose at this point. He should be trying to pick off as many. Oh, he needs to back those lings up. Oh my goodness, he lost a lot of lings for nothing there, and then threw away some banelings on nothing. Drones piling back up. These two drones are just like, what are you guys doing? Are you trying to hide? I'm not really sure. Alright, so he's going to run in. Alright, those are some good connections. He manually detonated some of those or something, because you didn't need to use that many banelings for that few units. Okay, Dark just did a lot of damage with that. There is a spine crawler up, which can actually kill baneling as it runs by itself, so you got to send him in at least pairs of 3 now in order to one-shot other sets of banelings. But defensively, Dark should be winning over here. He's going to force BuildingS to back off. BuildingS looks like he's going to pick off this drone. Yep, picks off that drone before it actually is able to make a hatchery. He really, really wanted to expand over there, but wasn't quite able to. In the meantime, few defensive lings being built, but there was a lot of droning over here out of BuildingS. He squeezed those in while he was over on the other side of the map, which is definitely what you want to do, so that was really great by him. He has 4 defensive baneling morphing, 2 on the bottom and 2 at the top of the ramp, so he should be able to hold, but there are a lot of banelings for Dark. Again, it depends on how clumped up this is. Right now he's spreading out pretty decently in pairs of 2. Now if he just kind of moves in with this, they're spread out enough that they're not going to get blown, they're not going to blow each other up, so that's his logic there. Banelings, oh! If he had manually detonated those, he would have got a lot of lings, but he is going to chase them back into the main base. Oh, so close right now. Lings trying to scout up, see what's going on. They're not actually able to see anything. Banelings running straight towards that spine crawler. Oh, Baneling's going to get a massive connection, getting all the opponent's banelings. Now there are no banelings left on the side for BuildingS, but now 3 more finished morphing. Oh, that's so dangerous. I saw the lives of all those Zerglings flashing before my eyes. The natural is back up and running for Dark, coming back from a seemingly impossible position with that one really great connection there. New round of banelings being morphed, but BuildingS holding on here. His spine crawler's almost dead, which is actually a pretty big deal because it's not going to be able to pick off banelings as they run by anymore once it does die. Decent baneling spread right now out of BuildingS. Alright, there it is. Another spine crawler going up. More defensive banelings being morphed, but there's just so many banelings over here. Alright, so that spine crawler goes down. Great dodge there over. So now it just kind of exposes all of those banelings right next to the lings, and I think that's game. I don't think he can stop all these lings up here. And I'm not sure why they're on hold position. But banelings trying to do their best. Everything is spread out really, really well down here. Baneling's hanging out in the mineral line. Oh, baneling, right there. You want to attack right there, baneling. No, it isn't able to, though. Baneling's... Oh! Wow. That was a massive amount of baneling detonation damage onto those lings. Okay, I thought he was dead, but that connection really brought him back into the game. But now he's finally, for the first time, really down on drones. We'll have to see if this counterattack is able to amass and do anything. He has 2 queens injecting over here, though, so I don't really think he's going to be able to. He started an Evo Chamber and a Roach Warren, and that was a pretty good connection on those. He still has a few defensive banelings left alive, and I think just too much damage was dealt with the one baneling connection right here when Dark was really, really trying to get in there. That baneling connection up there is definitely the one of the game, but I'm not sure he'll be able to pull it back. He's 50% behind right now in workers. and it's maintaining at that rate. So now roaches are being produced. They'll be able to stomp across the field. A few roaches with banelings of extend should be able to clean it up pretty easily here. In I'd say about 2 minutes, the attack should come across and just stomp it all down. But we'll have to see. Neither player has been able to establish a third. There's a new spine crawler up on the map. He's thinking about building a roach warren. There we go. Now he's going to build that. And an evo chamber down there too. Third, I thought that was maybe a drone headed over there, but it's not. Just a slow, fat roachy roach. +1 attack going down on these roaches. The lair isn't done. Isn't started over here, so he's going slow roaches. That seems pretty ambitious, actually. There's an opportunity for a counterattack when there's slow roaches, just because lings can just sprint over to the other side of the field and deal a lot of damage. So you're definitely going to have to leave some banelings behind for that. Roaches show them to the top of the bottom of the ramp. They're not going to let those lings get a run by, forcing them back across the map. +1 started for buildings as well. Whew, this game. A little bit oversaturated on his main base, actually. He's slowly closing the gap on workers, BuildingS is, but there's just so many roaches out for his opponent right now. It's about to be 15, 19 roaches. Oh my gosh, that's going to be insane. Even though they're slow, there's a decent creep spread. I mean, it's not great, but it's decent creep spread. This overlord should probably be... Oh, he hasn't researched lair. That's why they're slow. I was going to say he should be, creating a highway, but not able to. All right, there's now 8 roaches in production. That's the thing about slow roaches, though. I mean, you're in a position where you're trying to stomp across the field to deal damage, but your reinforcements are going to be so slow that you have to be very, very careful when engaging with slow roaches. Alright, banelings moving up, not actually getting focused. The banelings not going onto the links that were up there, and now it just looks like Dark should be able to stomp right over. It was about 3 minutes after, actually. It's a little bit off. But this attack, I don't think it can be held. Lots of speedlings following it up. And now, already behind in drone count, he's going to lose even more. Roach is getting into a very good position, preventing being able to get surrounded by the reinforcing lings. And the slow roaches coming up in the back are enough to clean up the low ground. And BuildingS is going to be forced to tap out here. Dark takes game number 7 for XGS. So now it is 4-3. This next game could be the deciding one. Dark with a really big comeback for XGS. He's run 3 games in a row. The only race he hasn't beaten is Terran. So will that be who they're sending out next to see if they can take down this Titan from xGamers? We'll have to see. Catch you guys in game number 8.